My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I'm viewing Allure Homme edition Blanche at a Perfumer. This is £72 for 50ml. Fresh oriental fragrance, an alchemy of hot and cold. Its avant-garde character invokes a man with distinctive taste and bold statements. Why on earth? Who makes this stuff up? Oriental breeze of new sandalwood, vetiver and vanilla from Madagascar. I'm not reading the rest. Do we have our bottles of Allure Homme edition Blanche by Chanel Eau de Parfum? Are we engaged with our higher self? Let's get testing. I do hope you're all reading information on the back, which is called the INCI, International Cosmetic Nomenclature, and you should have the ingredients, and it absolutely should be denatured alcohol. If it's got water in, then parfum, fragrance, and then it should have all the allergens. It should also have where it's made and the pictographs, period after opening, all that stuff. And that means that it complies with all the regulatory paperwork, because there are some fragrances out there that do not have this. This smells of lemon meringue pie, so I'm gonna get hungry after this. Very nice, if you like lemon. It's got that Chanel thing, and Chanel's got that thing. You can sort of tell where it comes from because they're built similarly, and that is to do with the ratios of naturals to musks and fixatives and blenders to the background notes, which you perhaps wouldn't be aware of. The Hedione, the Isu Super, all of that stuff. This smells like Chanel. And I do like Chanel because they use 30% naturals to 70% aroma chemicals to help support and give elevation within a formulation. So that's that thing. And Chanel always smells light, effervescent, airy. They have that thing with it. And that is to do with the high amounts of linalool, and in this case, ethyl linalool. And ethyl linalool is drier, and it's also a fixative. Now this has wood raw materials helping to smooth it out and give support along with the Hedione and Isu Super. And interestingly, with ratios and things, if you have Hedione then Isu Super first in the ratio, you get this effect: light, airy. I personally prefer it. If you switch it around and you have Isu Super and Hedione, you get a more meaty fragrance. That's the only way I can sort of explain it. And Isu Super is the ketone of ambergris. I think it's called ambergris, a ketone. Sort of ambergris and ambers and all that sort of stuff, they can smell more animalistic. So if you switch it around, you get a sort of a more substantial, meaty block. If you switch it around, I have the Hedione at the top and then Isu Super, you have a light, airy, ozonic. And this is what's happening in this, which I really like. Absolutely dihydromercenol, and dihydromercenol is a brilliant raw material, and it can be used in lots of different ways actually. High amounts it smells blue like cool water, low amounts and it helps to can turn into a linking, accelerating molecule. Sort of more limey, that's the way I can explain it. It's sort of, at high amounts as well, it can smell like bath water, like bubble bath, blue, and at high amounts I sort of associate it with disinfectants actually now. But at low amounts, it's brilliant to sort of in the building blocks to help to link the acetates and linalool together to give freshness. I mean, I just think this is really classic Chanel. This smells very eloquent, actually. I do like the lemon meringue pie feel. Then this contains one of my favorite raw materials, and I use it quite a lot, which is bergamot. And bergamot is the most ethereal and lighter. I see citrus on a spectrum. So you have bergamot at one end, which is ethereal, light, soft, sweet. And then you have at the other end, I sort of see sort of lemon, which is tart, dry, and then sort of like lime along with that as well. They're sort of aggressive and citrus. And then you can go right up tangerine, mandarin, orange, sweet orange, blood orange. And right at the top is bergamot. And bergamot in high amounts gives this effect, which I really, really appreciate. The vetiver done well. I don't like vetiver, personally speaking, but when you have the proportions of vetiver to bergamot, you get this, and it's done really well. I kind of don't know what to like. I'm sort of thinking if you're a Chanel person, you're going to love this. And if you're not a Chanel person, I don't think you really like this at all, actually. It's kind of one of those things. On to my final thoughts. I think this is excellent for a citrus. Quite surprising actually, because I didn't really know what to expect. This is so far away and so far removed from Chanel Blue, which I consider loud, sort of going out fragrance. This is more, I think it'd be lovely at the beach, wearing it to the beach, or it's more sophistication in it. And I think that's going to be the demographic which they're going for. I think the Chanel Blue is going out and being crazy with shots, and this is cocktails and wine party. That's sort of the way I sort of associate the two. I think it's lovely, effervescent, light, bright, sparkly, incredibly well crafted, not musk heavy, which is very interesting. Too much musks in this case could help flatten it out and give you nothing, you just get flatness. So I go through my marks for you. The first marks are sort of regulatory paperwork and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely, this gets a 2 out of 2. It is compliant. Next 2 marks are the price. I think this is worth the price. The way it's built, the way it's crafted, the amount of naturals in it. I just think it's quite superb, beautiful perfumery actually. I think it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful smell, light ethereal, very appealing, clean, fresh, very, very professional. And that's kind of the occasion. I sort of think about the occasion for this would be being professional. You know, you want to go to, perhaps you're a teacher, or perhaps you're doing something where you have to, you know, you don't want to be too loud and screaming, but you want something that's unoffensive and soft, and that's the bergamot in this. So in that aspect, I think that's the occasion I'd wear it for. The summer, a wedding, something where you want to be a bit more refined. I don't think it's loud enough for clubbing, and I kind of don't think that the person that would wear this would do that, to be really honest with you. There's a different feel, different sort of energy about it. The price I think is absolutely excellent. Longevity and projection. This is sort of when it suffers a little bit, because it is beautiful, but having not too many fixatives in it means you're not going to get something that's massively long lasting, but kind of, I don't think it's trying to be. I don't really think it's trying to be, you can smell it 48 hours. I kind of think you put it on every 4 hours, you put it on. And I think it's refreshing as well. It really makes me think of the beach actually. This would have been fantastic for that Louis Vuitton on the beach. This is what I wanted Louis Vuitton on the beach to smell like, and it didn't. This I think is suitable for the beach, the summer, the heat. I think it would be radiant, and I think it's radiance, and kind of like you're suffering with the longevity. But I kind of don't think you mind. I think you just keep applying it. I think it's gorgeous. Do I like it? I love it. I think it's, for what it is, I think it is superb. I think it's refined perfumery. I think it's eloquent perfumery. I think it's something to enjoy for yourself. It's very delightful, actually. I really love it. And I'm really surprised kind of where it's missing out, if I'm being that sort of like fine pick sort of thing, is that longevity and projection after a while. I think if it had that, it would get a 10, purely because it's not got that. I'm going to mark it a 9 out of 10. This is suitable, I would say, for refinement, something for yourself, special occasions. It's very unisex actually, it's not very masculine, so I think this could be worn by both sexes. Definitely a summer fragrance, very, very beautiful. I think it's really, really excellent actually. Chanel is a really good fragrance house, and this, I just think, is how to do naturals really, really well. But the longevity and projection is sort of what's taking 1 mark off. I don't think you're going to like it if you like real blue fragrances, if you're going out screaming and shouting. This is not for you at all. But the type of person this is aimed for and the demographic it's aimed for, slightly older, thoughtful, going and doing sort of nice things, families, special occasions, I think this is absolutely for you. So if you love that review, thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content, lots of moving hands, lots of fragrance reviews. I hope you're staying safe and well, and I'll see you soon.